Welcome back, guys. Monster in hand. We need it for today. So today we are working on, I don't know what you even want to call it. It's a neon. It's turboed, so it does fit the B is for boost thing.
It's basically a bastard child of mine and yours.
Well, see, I wasn't going to call it a bastard child. It came to mind, but I was trying to be family friendly. But yeah, here's, and the door way up in the air like a retard. Here is the neon. It is my old car. Watch Jeff struggle. Watch him struggle.
Jesus. Neons don't have good door panels as it is. This doesn't help.
Let's go all the way down before you try to shut it. My old car, guys. I bought it the way it is. It was a good deal. Brought it to Nova Scotia, and then I flipped it a week or two later after I robbed some parts off of it. It is an automatic. It is a big turbo. You know, it wouldn't be a bad car. It was just built in the era of body kits. So the turbo is having some issues, and we're upgrading it to a 50 trim AGP, and it has a 50 trim Chinese turbo on it now. Got a little bit of smoke behind you.
Yeah, that smells all pink.
Yeah. The two-tone looks good. If you got rid of the Lambo doors, you know, I don't mind it, obviously.
I'm glad this doesn't have the SRT steering rack to make the turn so much easier.
I don't mind the two-tone and stuff. If it was...
It is a good-looking car. It needs a little updating on it.
It's outdated.
Yeah.
Lambo doors should come off. Even Lambos don't have Lambo doors. Take the key out, door locks automatically. So here you go. Here's what you see, guys. Like I said, it was a show car. So everything, well then leave the key in it and we're gonna disconnect the battery anyway, so just. Yeah. So as you guys see, everything's clean the way it should be. It was a show car, so it does look quite nice down in through here. So we're gonna take off the spoolie boy. What are some other good names for this spoolie boy?
I'll go out and have a moment. Can't think of them.
Okay, so we're going to take off the spoolie boy and upgrade it with a better spoolie boy. And then put this beast back together.
Yay.
Thoughts?
I hate doing this.
You're the one that offered.
Friggin' neons.
I don't know why everyone thinks I'm a neon person. So here's where we got to be concerned of a few things. If you're familiar with SRTs, this is a Chong Boy Special, I'm going to call it, because the manifold's not the same what it should be. The O2 looks different compared to the downpipes on mine, and your wastegate is actually under the turbo. So what does that mean for us? It means, and probably won't all bolt in, I'm hoping it does, because I only quoted him price of the turbo. If I gotta start changing manifold and the screamer pipe and the blow off, not the blow off valve, but the wastegate and stuff, price definitely goes up, because you know, you price them just for the turbos, just for the turbo. So we had to add lines anyways because the AGP ball bearing one is water cooled and oil. This one's only oiled. So we're gonna get that switched over. Hope that everything bolts up the same, and then we could actually just make, you know, an easy time out of this. I say easy, but watch Jeff struggle for a second. That turbo blanket does help, because if you look at mine, mine's melted right here.
Probably.
From the heat. I took his rubber gasket off too.
I'll keep temps down.
Yeah, because it is what it is. The turbo blanket would be a good idea for the other car though.
What?
I said the turbo blanket would be a better idea for the other car.
It would help.
To at least buy one. I probably have messy hair, and I really don't care. But we're down to the last bolt to get the turbo off. You know the bad thing about doing vlogs? No music. So we like kind of listen to some music, turn you guys on. But here, I'll show you what we're doing. So we got the last bolt. Actually, I should say I'll show you what Jeff is doing because I'm just spectating and talking. So we're on to the last bolt, and the turbo should pop off now. And then we can take a peek. The manifold...
Mine was ready to pop off before.
Yeah, the manifold was tight. The turbo 2 manifold was loose. So it had a lot of play. So it definitely was... I wonder how much boost this is going to make now. Or how much power. It worked decent for what it was. You know we're going to have to go out and try it, eh? It's part of the mechanics. We got to make sure it can brake boost. This thing would brake boost like 10 pounds of boost at 2,900 RPMs before you launch. But you know what it doesn't like?
What?
Highway poles.
Well, yeah, probably.
It doesn't like the overdrive because this is an overdrive training. It's a 4-speed.
Yeah.
It will slip. Ask me how I know.
That fell on the floor. Yeah. Okay. Oil drain now.
Is it clamped?
Yeah. I'm just gonna find where it clamps. Where the clamp is.
The one on the turbo is loose as well. I already done that one.
Bottom's got factory clamps. Look at the oil pressure sensor probably leaking.
Well, come on.
Then yes, like these.
I wonder if we can get one today.
Probably. Napa usually has them up there. And Matt's working today.
Well, we'll need to get one because...
Ow. Probably make it easier.
The top one's off.
Yeah, the top one is, but I think I gotta
Do the bottom one to lift up?
Yeah, just because the turbo is literally hitting the fucking...
I wonder if that's... Oh, yeah. So you won't put much down.
No.
I wonder if that's technically bigger than a 50.
What?
The exhaust on this is so fucking haggard, man.
Yeah.
You see how the screamer pipe is?
Oh, that's it. Wonderful.
It's actually not a bad...
Yeah, it's not bad, but it's not great either.
It looks like a cheap fucking manhole. Oh, it's made in the USA.
The manifold is?
Yeah. Part number that says USA on this side.
Alright, so...
It's a fucked up design. Let's show you the Chinese spoolie mod with some shaft play.
yeah, it's a little more than what's allowed in tolerance.
Mind you, this is probably old anyways. Look at it. That is crazy.
Yeah.
But the fins are all...
They're not chewed because it didn't... it wasn't out enough that it was fouling out on the compressor housing. Because it wasn't that far gone, but...
You're not going to get that up 3/4 of an inch to get
That's
that
what I'm
in.
saying. I gotta rock this engine forward.
That's a lot to try to move that. There's no way.
Engine mounts.
To move it that much?
I do the torque mounts. It don't gotta go that much. It's actually not. I bet I just gotta get it off of the studs,
Yeah.
which it's almost there. I've only gotta go like lean it forward a bit, and then it'll roll off.
Okay, let's do it then.
Because this is how I had to put it on your car too. Same thing. Because the exhaust housing fucking hits a bubble.
So when I bought my hoist, Jeff, what did I say?
It's gonna be only for storing cars.
So, little dilemma. The AGP manifold has bolts. Bolts are nice because you just pull them up and away you go. The studs on this China-made intake manifold is stopping us from getting the turbo off because the studs are actually quite large. So as you see, I can't really see because Jeff has my light. There's the studs down there, so we can't get it at because it's hitting the turbo. They actually had to bend that up, eh?
Yeah, probably didn't get it all.
So we have to take the whole driver's side part of the mount off to drop the motor enough to get the turbo out. It should be almost ready now. Get that off, then we're gonna have some fun here. Well, none of this is really fun, but but I'm trying to downsize. Okay, so we got it up, we got it off. As you see, those studs are freaking huge.
A little overkill.
The gasket's broke, eh?
Yep. Well, no wonder it was loose.
I guess it's on at the perfect time. We had to run around. We had to change the oil pressure sensor. It was leaking. And we are doing the new lines for the turbo. Because this was an oil-cooled turbo.
Yeah, this one was just oil cooled like your 256s.
And this is oil and... No, this one's not oil. This one's antifreeze cooled.
Oil and oil.
Yeah.
But it's dual. It runs both.
So we have to... They had fittings in the block to block everything off. So I'll show you what Jeff's doing. So as you've seen, he just undid the one block that was in for the coolant passage. So we're just putting in the fitting there, and then we got to do a new fitting on the turbo. Since we didn't know where the old hose was, we bought new hose, and then we're going to get it on, and then hopefully that's it. And then we get to try it. So as you see, basically it's in a tough spot. It's nice to have a hoist. I don't even know if I can even show you guys because it's way up there. Oh, in my eye.
Yeah, I had that happen earlier.
It's the next day. Well, actually, it's probably like
Almost a week later.
a week later because we haven't been working on it. Back on the SRT swapped second gen. So, you know, we're working on it. That's a bonus. So, that's where we're at. You guys seen this already. SRT swapped with, actually, it's a PT Cruiser swap because it wasn't really an SRT.
Yeah,
it was,
but neither is yours.
but they're all SRT motors. Don't you start there. So, it has the PT GT motor and transmission, which is a 2.4 turbo. We had to change a couple sensors. We had to put some foil tape around the evap and brake lines that were starting to melt that you see back there. So now it's basically get it ready for assembly, which shouldn't be that bad. The joys of new sensors. So, we'll show you along the way. It's the best bet just to do it. Okay, so we got the turbo on, and now the biggest thing is we got to find nuts and bolts, because the old Chinese turbo had studs and spots. We have nuts, and vice versa, and we had to change a few return lines and oil lines, so everything had to be changed for the better turbo. So Turple is just getting the Chinese downpipe bolted up, and when I say Chinese, I think it was made half Chinese, half maybe English from down below. You got the Canadian Tire special exhaust piping, weld it to whatever, and you know, they use what they had to make do with what they had. So you can't really complain on that one, but it's just not the best bet.
Oh, that's what I'm gonna be.
So that is where we're at right now. Once we get that bolted on, shouldn't take too long actually. Once that gets bolted on, I can put the O2 sensor on, then I'm going to put the coil on and the upper O2 sensor.
Oh, that's right, we took that off.
Yeah, and then I get the coil on, which means the spark plugs and wires can go in, and then I can just start buttoning everything up here. And then we got to lift it up, put the lower motor mount on, and then I think that...
And the coupler for the...
Oh yeah, the coupler is going to be exciting. More than likely that pipe has to come off.
No, we're just gonna drop it down some.
No, that pipe has to come off.
Hey, you said that last time, and I got it up there. One fucking
No, the
go.
pipe has to come off. Okay, so everything's buttoned up. So we disconnected the coil and the injectors. What did you? Yeah, you did the injectors.
Yeah.
And the injectors, so that way we can crank it a couple times, let the oil go through the turbo since it is pretty fresh. Now, there's a couple things I don't like. And then one of it's going to be this battery. It's too big. It's not even tied down in any aspect. And I got to change these back to factory, get rid of the 0 gauge as well. We're going to leave the intake off for now. We're going to start it up. And we're going to add some antifreeze in because some did leak out. I don't know how much. Probably not much. And then we'll get the intake back on. So, yeah.
What? No. I was gonna say it was only down a little bit, but we can top it up before we crank it. Couldn't even have the cap on right. So they didn't even have the cap on right.
Does it surprise you with this car? Just goes to show you such a nice car that...
Oh, this car used to be the freaking top of the line back in the day.
Even using Mopar OEM orange.
Yeah, I guess we did lose a little bit. Yeah, I guess we really want to pull that plug out of the block.
Well, we're going to have to let it run, get the temperature, shut it off, cool it down, fill it back up, and leave it. It's the best bet. Holy crap.
Well, you gotta think how much is in that drain pan. Keep going. She's still bubbling. She's still taking it.
Imagine if he cleaned up the solenoids and stuff.
Oh, if this thing had some time put into it to clean everything up, it'd be awesome.
Put the battery in the trunk.
So I can put the cap back on when it's spilling.
How do I hear my child? Oh fuck, I forgot all about that.
Lambert. Okay.
Still blowing fuse.
What?
Turn it over. Want me to turn it over?
Yeah.
Keep going. Alright, 1 second. Alright. Ha! Let's watch you struggle. Well, yeah, there's a whole vacuum line like running on it. Yeah, it's just vacuum.
Well, there's vacuum lines not even hooked up yet.
Where?
Right here and kind of everywhere. Those ones that go to the intake.
Where's the intake on?
Oh, never mind. Hold on. That's the brake booster.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, because it popped off, right?
I was gonna say it was sucking pretty bad.
Yeah, because it came from the back. There you go. Try now.
Better. What? I can see anything that I need to see from up there. Yeah, I gotta get a bunch of shit burned off. Looking good. That fitting's not leaking or anything, the one for the coolant, so.